Hey everybody, Zach here from Smart Scout. Thanks so much for tuning into the video today. We're gonna be learning about analyzing category growth on Amazon using Smart Scout. Here's why it's important. We can analyze new subcategories to branch into, maybe analyze subcategories that we're already in, right? We wanna understand what's happening in our markets, and if our market share is down, what does that look like and why is that happening? Let's dive into it now. Sweet, now getting into the app itself, this is of course our beautiful Smart Scout. Let's check out the brand Guru Nanda. So I'm gonna click right here to the dashboard. Now, we're just gonna spend a couple seconds here looking at a few things within Guru Nanda. We can see it's a $3.6 million subcategory. They're within 36 different subcategories. Their primary subcategory is, of course, mouthwashes. They do have 153 products. Primarily of what they sell is through FBA. We can also see, right, if they are vendor central or seller central. We can see here that they are predominantly seller central, but it does look like they are moving a little bit of their revenue to vendor central. Let's get into the subcategories themselves. So here are the 32 subcategories that I mentioned when we were first analyzing Guru Nanda. We can see here, right, which subcategories they're making the most money from, the revenue from each subcategory, their current market share, as well as their market share change. Now, market share change is huge because we can understand if they are outcompeting the market or maybe underperforming against the market. I'm actually going to come over here to columns and select monthly revenue change as well. Okay, great. So this first subcategory, mouthwashes, is a phenomenal example. We can see that they do $1.8 million in the last 30 days. And their monthly revenue change, they're actually down $300,000. Now, of course, that big of a revenue drop is a big deal, but check this out. Their market share is still up 0.3%. So even though their revenue is down, they're still outcompeting the market quite heavily. With mouthwashes, this is showing me that this subcategory is down altogether. Is that because there's a new subcategory that's parallel to mouthwashes? Or maybe people don't like mouthwash anymore. Maybe people don't want to buy mouthwash on Amazon. There's a million different ways. My assumption is that mouthwash is still popular, so some of the other causes could be happening. And there's probably a million other explanations that I can dig into to actually see what's actually happening here. The subcategory we're going to spend some time in today is actually going to be the black seed oil supplement subcategory. We can see here that Guru Nanda, they have gained about 2% market share. It looks like about 30 days ago, they didn't have anything in the black seed oil supplements. Now, this is a bit of a niche subcategory, right? We can see there's only about $3.7 million that's been had in the last 30 days. There's a bunch of really cool metrics here that we're gonna check out. We're not gonna spend a whole bunch of time here because we wanna analyze the category growth, right? But just walking through a few really important metrics, right? We can see the average selling price is about $30. There are 106 different brands in this subcategory. Across those brands, there's about 246 different ASINs, and we can see that about 12% of this subcategory's revenue is sold through Vendor Central, and the other 88% is sold through Seller Central. Now let's talk about what's happening within this subcategory. So initially, just looking at our very simple view here, I'm going to come over here to columns and select estimated monthly revenue change. And we can see Amazing Herbs, Meiju Superfoods, right? We can see the ebbs and flows of this subcategory. Meiju is actually up, but the revenue in this subcategory is down, right? So to me, at this glance, I'm identifying that this subcategory is trending down. However, the brands in this subcategory can tell a different story of what's happening. Now we're gonna get into some more historical analysis. To get access to this type of data, you do need to be talking to a Smart Scout representative like myself, and we can help guide you through all of this stuff as it relates to your business. Me personally, I talk to a couple hundred customers every single month on this exact type of analysis. So if you ever want a walkthrough like that, just reach out. We do have our link in the description below. Now, this is our scope tool. And this is showing the historical performance. And we can see this right here, year over year, what's been happening. And it looks like black seed oil supplements historically has actually been up, especially around the holiday season last year. It is almost 3 times what it was the year prior. Now we see around August, it looks like there was actually a crossover to where the revenue was actually down relative to last year, right? So understanding the category growth in the black seed oil nutritional supplements, this category growth is down, right? And if we want to understand that at a market share perspective as well, it's very easy to do so by the brands, right? If we want to analyze Guru Nanda versus Meiju Superfoods and Amazing Herbs, we can see the ebbs and flows of what's happening here, right? There's Guru Nanda. They might have had an out of stock or something where now they are back to being present in this subcategory. Where we can see here, earlier this year, they had about 5% market share, and now they're starting to build that back. And we can again see Amazing Herbs and how they related across both Meiju Superfoods as well as Guru Nanda. I hope you learned a lot from the video today. There's a lot of powerful stuff that you can do with Smart Scout. This is just a snippet of what we have in store for you. If you want to say you can grow your Amazon market share within any of your valuable subcategories, book a time with me down below. We'll get in a call together and I'll show you how you can do that.